So week 1 of the squat through January challenge, trying to accumulate 10 minutes of purposeful mobility in your squat, as well as 15 to 20 minutes of actually just hanging out in the squat every day. I know after a couple pieces, on the myofascial release side, we're going to go after the cross ball after the foot and the soleus, adding a little bit of mobility to that ankle, and then actually like actively stretching the ankle, and then going after one piece at the hip. But for this guy, it's going to be super simple at the foot and the hip, at the foot and the soleus. You're just going to take the lacrosse ball, tennis ball, golf ball, any small circular object, starting at the arch of your foot or the ball of your foot, just working your way back. Minute on a side. It doesn't need to be super crazy. Apply as much pressure as you can tolerate. Don't ever take it to a 10. Something in that like 8 range as far as pain goes, which is nice and slow. Minute on a foot. Doesn't need to be anything super duper crazy. As you're rolling side to side, if you don't feel anything, or if you do feel something, if you don't feel something, don't spend any time there. If you do spend some time there going either side to side, okay, you can almost put your heel on the ground and then shear across those guys, or you can just keep that pressure wave going right down that plantar fascia the whole time. So get a little bit on the foot, about a minute on each foot, and then going after the soleus. So we're going after that middle part of the calf, from basically about halfway down, right at the top of that Achilles tendon. Taking one leg, start about halfway down, and then work from the top down to that foot. Anything that you find, take your other leg, lay it over the top, and then you're going to either go circles, that feels awesome, with the foot, or you can pull that foot toes towards your head, let it fall, okay? Spend some time there, and roll it out, keep going. Once you kind of get into that top part of the Achilles, you kind of done about as much as you can do to that soleus. Again, minute and a half, probably 2 minutes on a side. As far as getting into these guys, making sure that you actually get that active release piece every time. So, once you get through those guys, and everything's nice and warm and a little bit loose, you can go after a little bit of active stretching on that calf. So band, jump rope, shirt, anything that you can get over the top of that foot. You're basically going to go with a relaxed stretch of the calf by activating the top piece. So I'm not just like using the band to pull my foot. I'm actually going to be flexing that anterior tib to pull that guy in. Band should go like right over the ball of your foot, and I'm just going to pull my foot towards my head, pulling with that top of my anterior tib. 2 to 3 count at the top, let her fall, come back in, 2 to 3 count at the top, let her fall, 30 reps on one, switch sides, 30 reps on the other, okay? Be sure that when you're doing these guys that you're actually trying to pull with the top part of that leg. That when you pull at the top, it relaxes that bottom and it gives you just a little bit more of a stretch on that calf every time, okay? So 30 reps on each of those guys after about 3 minutes of mobilizing that ankle, and then we're going to go after just one piece on the hip this week. Going after just a little bit of distraction. I'm going to take, I like using an ab mat or some kind of a pad because it really hurts to put your kneecap directly into the ground, but I'm going to take my knee on top of that pad, and then I'm going to take that guy into a little bit of external rotation. This guy's a mobility WOD favorite from Kelly Starrett. I'm going to lock that guy into external rotation with that other foot. So I'm taking that knee, bringing that guy up, and then I'm going to try to put the line of action straight through that femur. So I want this guy to be 90 degrees straight to the ground, and I want to try to feel a lot of the pressure back in that hip capsule. Okay? From there, I'm just putting a ton of pressure straight down, okay, and I can just move. It's going to be really small little movements. I'm just pushing through that kneecap, okay, really, really little. 2 minutes on one side, then I'm just going to switch it up and go 2 minutes on the other side. Okay? Give or take, that's going to give you about 10 to 12 minutes of mobility, and then you're trying to spend about 10 to 15 minutes throughout the day in the bottom of the squat. So we're looking at a relaxed squat this week. Toes should be as straightforward as you can get them. Let those shins go forward. Sit back on those heels. Okay? My toes don't go straight forward, but okay? And then just try to hang out. Okay? And you can do this doing anything. Laura's actually doing it right now as she watches this, but you can do anything in this position. Try to get off the couch. Sit in a nice passive squat. 10 to 15 minutes a day. Start a clock and then just hang out. All right? You not need to do that at one sitting. If you want to break it up, absolutely break it up. So that's week 1. Next week we'll be back with some other stuff to work on a little bit more tension through the squat.